what is the benchmark of the legal counsel? They should tell Ghanaians, is it 70%? Okay. 50 is pass mark, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's just like for election, when you get 50 plus 1, you are qualified, you are where the first. Eh? And this man has sat for an examination and he has got 50, 444 human beings has got 50 marks. And the story has changed. You know the reason why the story has changed?
No, please.
There are no space. A dying new or
my guest for today is Mr. Emmanuel Kwaku Deku, a former student of Ghana Institute of Journalism, GIJ, and also a former student of Corpus Party College in Germany, a university in Germany, actually. He's also a social media commentator. Welcome to Broad Daylight. My name is Priscilla Moore. Today, I'll be talking about some stories that have been making headlines over the week, and I'll be doing that with Mr. Emmanuel Kwaku Deku. Sir, please, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Hey. You're looking amazing as always.
Thank you.
Tell me your secret. Why are you so still strong?
Well, I'm a herbalist.
Okay.
Yeah, so I take a lot of herbs to flush out the bad blood in me. So even at the age of 70, I look around 45, 40, 50. So when you see me, I'll take you there.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, so in fact, after the show, I'll come so that I'll come and use some of the herbs. I have to grow more younger.
We are going to Orthodox. And so we take a lot of spices.
I know, right?
You see what I mean? So you die early.
Okay, so sir, we are starting with unemployment. Okay. So when you look at the influx of people trooping to be recruited in security agencies. Recently, we saw one at Elwak Sports Stadium where young people were rushing to be picked to join the various security agencies. Do you think that, or is it a clear indication that the youth unemployment in this nation is curtailed?
Yes. What actually took place is just like the youth running away from a volcano.
Wow. Why do you say so?
We're going for unemployment. And look at how the youth were running to get first a spot to stand so that he can get recruited. That is not the best. As human beings, society, there's a society explosion, I think population explosion. So every day, every night, we might be finding solutions to the population explosion challenges.
So what do you think are some of the solutions that will curb unemployment?
As a society, we must have a direction. Which way do we go? Which solutions do we put in place to get a solution solved? But here we are in a country where we are projecting private sector economy.
When you say private sector economy,
yes.
What do you mean?
Uncle. You understand? You said, me, I must own my own business.
Okay.
Everybody must own his own business. That's not life. All the fingers are not what? Equal. All of us will not have money. All of us will not have access to what? Money to form a company. Isn't it? We don't have the knowledge of business. Okay?
We not having the knowledge of business.
Hold on. Okay. You get me?
Okay.
We don't have the knowledge of business. We don't know how to run business. So if we are giving 100 million, it will collapse. The business will collapse because that is not been, we've never involved in such businesses. I'll give you a typical example. A student who have just finished SS or the university, and you ask him to run a business with money, and there's no money even. How does he run a business? I mean, it's just a tale. You are just playing on the intelligence of such youth. I sincerely believe that here you see a bottle of water in what? Well packed. They don't have money. When you give birth to a child and the child is not of age, you tell him to go and build his own house.
No.
That is exactly what is happening.
Oh, but
Hold on.
I'm not trying to cut you, sir.
Hold on. You get me. I'm driving to something.
Okay.
The young ones have never involved themselves in business and they cannot run. Ask yourself, how many private businesses do we have in this country
A handful.
to match the population explosion? That's what I'm all talking about. So the best thing is government must set up industries. As a young man from school, we have natural resources, plenty. Salt pond ceramic factory. If it is working, the young ones are working. Somebody from the university, he should do national service. Where does he do the national service? He goes there to work. If you want to acquire such a technology, he learns from the factory floor, okay, and grow to become what? The engineer. Okay, but here you said you should go and set up a business. Mind you, we are becoming importers and distributors. We are creating jobs for foreign countries. What about the indigenous people? What are we doing to them? They're not doing good. We're not doing them any good business. Now, some few months ago, you could remember Ghanaians were importing tomatoes from Burkina Faso into Ghana.
Yeah.
Do Ghanaians don't have land?
We have.
Don't we have the Polongo tomatoes factory?
Yes.
Now, go to the shop floor. Makola, Kumasi, Takrady, all the big towns with big markets. Look at the number of young Ghanaian girls. Some at the age of 15, carrying babies in their back, carrying a kaya load on their head. Is that how God created them to be? Why have you been to school? That's why I posed you a question. Why do we go to school? We go to school to transform society. And that's the science of society. We are not doing it. We aren't. All that we are doing is what the colonial masters put in place. And that is what we are realizing day in and day out. It will not take Africa. It will not take Ghana anywhere if we continue like this. The state, people pay tax. We have gold, diamond, bauxite, all the natural resources must benefit the people directly. Directly implies we should set up industries for the young ones to go to the factory to go and work. They generate what? Revenue. When we are about, let's say, 31 million population, 15 million are youth. And each person pays 10 cedis every month as revenue. Multiply it for 12 months. It's a huge money. We shan't be begging countries for loan. We won't, because there's money here.
Sir, I am not trying to cut you. I wanted to chip in this particular question when you said when you go to the university and then you come out and then you've been given a business to manage. So the question I'm asking myself is then what then are we learning in our schools? If we complete universities and we are not able to manage companies, we are not able to set up businesses for ourselves, then why are we in the school and what are the universities teaching us?
The question is business the only thing? Is the business the only thing we can do in this world?
No.
A country can develop when we have technology, science, and technical skills. Where? I schooled in Germany. My professor, the school, the institute director, the overall boss, is a gardener. That is his profession. And that's the work he does and his pay salary. My dear sister, we went to these guys, these are directors' home. I was shocked. The building was underground.
Okay.
And you see something just small at the top. The whole building is down. When you enter the garden, what will you not see? Pepper, everything he consumes, he consumes what he grows. He doesn't import. And he told us that is his word that he has created. Okay, so governance is practicality. It's not theory. Theory don't solve problems. Hence, the state we find ourselves.
So, please, are you saying that the schools we are attending?
Pardon?
Please, are you saying that the schools we are attending, the universities, we are dwelling more on theory and not practical?
Yes. 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 When you attend school, after completion, you must go to do practicals. The practicals tells you the nature of the theory you've learned. Oh, yes.
So, in your point, do you think there is a need for us to still be writing end of sem exams?
I sincerely believe that it is not needful. Curriculum should be organized. They put a subject matter. How do we produce water? Which means do we produce water? Okay. Do we use galamsey water to produce this thing? No. Okay. Chemicals that goes into production of this are things that we must discuss. So we must have at least 5 groups discussing one subject matter, and we come out with what? Brain work. So even when the guy is a dull guy, he will pick, because others are doing what? Are pumping ideas which are more scientific, and that is moving the nation. You write exam, they might give you 90, and you think you've done well. They say you are called professor. A professor who cannot produce both and not. It is not a professor. You must be able to create. That's why God has given you a hand. So we are missing a great point. We've subverted the education system.
So what do you think the government should do?
Government must go back to what others did to keep this nation moving. When I was a young boy, on holidays, we go to the Ashari sugar factory to go and cut sugar cane. We make line, ting, ting, ting. Then we wear gloves. You wear long sleeves. You put cap or anything so that the body of the sugar cane will not touch your body. And we make line. When they cut the head, they pass it to me. I pass it to this person. This person also pass it. And the trailers are there. So we pass it. Somebody at the top. Then they pack it. So within some few hours, we are able to pack about, say, 50 trucks to the mill. And they deal with it. You see how the whole thing is. And we are making money for ourselves. Every 2 weeks, we are giving your money. And those were the days when undergreen canvas first came. If you don't have it, then you win any part. You see the point? So these were some of the practicals. Government set up a sugar factory, and Ghanaians, there were Palongo tomatoes factory, working meat factory, and whom do those industries belong to? It belongs to Ghanaians. Okay. Now they will tell you when the state properties or state enterprises are not handled well. It's not true. It's a false agenda.
Why do you say so? Because Commander Sugar Factory in its current state.
Let me tell you. There's an ideology in place. What is collective is being dismantled. We want individual interest. That we are back to slavery. Somebody must own the property. We work for him to pay us.
Something that belongs to the whole of the nation.
Yes, but meanwhile, we all pay tax, don't we?
You do.
Then when we pay the tax, where did the tax go?
To the government.
Government. Now, what the government do with the money? That's the question. Okay? Department 1 might be servicing Department 2. Okay? And then we move on. We are eradicating what? Poverty, hardship, and all that. But when we run a system and the system does not benefit the people, look at our roads. Ask yourself, before you come from your way. I traveled to a funeral the other day. My waist, because there are a lot of potholes. On a motorbike. Cars cannot go there. The place is called Santra in the Suhun district. It's about 10 miles from Suhun Township.
Okay.
You see? Can car go there? No. You see? So these are some of the things we're talking about. When there are industries, the youth, what are we fighting for? What you preach morality and you don't deal with the situation. If there's morality, yes, morality means we are doing the right thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if we are talking about morality and what prevents people from doing morality is not there, what do we think we are doing? We must be creative. We must use our hands, and the hands must benefit us. What is happening is just like you make a farm. The market women come to your village and they buy the products at their own like, because you have nothing to do. If you don't like it, it will be there and rot. Why are people producing tomatoes in our country and they are getting rotten? Where are the industries for them to be sent to? So we only consume the little. Mama, my dear lady, it's a waste of time. We are not doing the right thing. Economics is not like that.
So, what would be your final take on this particular issue as to how you will be able to curb unemployment and reduce crime in the nation?
My sister, we must know where we are coming from as Africans or Ghanaians. We were here years ago when our great-grandfathers were taken outside this country. Isn't it? Where do we go for the same theory again? Where do we go for such theory? They've taken all our national resources, human resources away. Then we are also going back for such a theory to benefit who? Individuals. Individualism is slavery in its kind because people must work for somebody to pay him. Isn't it?
Yeah.
I am aware of some companies in this country. They close down the shop, the factory, and then put the capital into what do you call it? Into an example. This they put the money into the bank and generate profit for them. What they call it?
Investment.
This is not investment. You can't say you put the money in the bank, and at the end of, or let's say for 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, or 2 years, or 5 years, and every month they take
policies.
It will come, I'll tell you. It's run away. So this is what has been happening. Today, there's population explosion. So we must address the issue. Governments must create industries. All the industries in Chroma Belt must be put back into work because it is for Ghanaians. Now, when you create an industry and there's thievery going on, you block it. You ensure that no management work for 6 months. Manager works in an industry for 6 months. He is transferred from one place to another in that order. So, and there's strict auditing. Auditors are audited. Abi?
Yeah.
And we are moving. So we are curbing corruption. A manager will be in a factory for 5 years. He has built his mansion. So are we keeping morality?
No.
Where are we going? We are destroying our head. We are cutting our head, and yet we want the head to be up. Yes, this is what's happening. So, my dear sister, government should sit down and look at the policy. Private sector does not develop anything. I'm saying what?
Private sector doesn't develop.
We are only building capitalism.
Yeah.
The same thing that the white people did to us. They took our diamond, bauxite, timber, and everything. Today, go to some of our schools. We produce timber in Ghana, but our children are sitting on blocks and writing on blocks. Is that life? No. There are children in the villages. They've never seen a computer before. And you want him to go and write computer exam and pass. Oh. Even you have to be careful. Because all the presidents we have in Ghana, they all came from the villages. And I'm a why. Tell me, who can from Accra? No. Now, somebody have been able to create power. And what is power for?
To generate electricity.
To run the industries. That's why the technical schools were built, the secondary schools were built, the university were built, so that knowledge could be developed. And that is the basis of the technology. Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology and all that. And today, we are hungry in our own country. The land is there, the river is there, no irrigation, nothing. Now we import. How will your city be stable when you continue to import? The city chasing dollar. No. I mean, these are the real situations we are going through. So what knowledge have we acquired? No. We must go back to where slavery started. What it has done to our great-grandfathers. When we study the evil of slavery, we will not be doing what we are doing. It seems we are playing on the intelligence of fellow Africans, and that is not the best to develop any country anywhere in the world. Even in a Britain where capitalism is being practiced. Don't they build factories?
They do.
Why do they create greener pastures? Anybody get up, you say, Mekoye Jumawo, Abrochiri. What mineral resources do they have? They don't have nothing. What do they have? They have nothing. People have only coal. But they import a lot from Africa to go and sustain the economy. And the African doesn't know the value of the raw materials the African have.
I think we have to move on.
We are in a fix.
You've mentioned a whole lot of points here. And I believe that something will be done about it in the near future for all of us.
That's the thing.
So please, when you look at the General Legal Council, that says that it is the General Legal Council is saying it is unfair and unjust to admit the 499 students who they claim have failed their exam. But meanwhile, the acting director general for the Ghana Law School, Maxwell Opoku-Agyeman, made a statement at an SRC anniversary at KNUST that prior to the exam, any students who make a pass of 50 mark will be admitted into the law school. So it's like it's conflicting. So in your take, or in your point of view, what do you think of this whole brouhaha with this law student?
It's the same old system that is prevailing. We will not allow you to pass. Are you getting the demonstration? We will not allow you. Papa, time is at a point that every human being must be given the opportunity to shine. When he shines, it benefits the people, you and me. Now, the 499 students, from what we heard on radio, is that they had 50% mark. What is the benchmark of the legal council? They should tell Ghanaians, is it 70%? Okay. 50 is pass mark, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's just like for election, when you get 50 plus 1, you are qualified, you are the first.
Mm-hmm.
Eh? And this man has sat for an examination and he has got 444 human beings has got 50 marks. And the story has changed. You know the reason why the story has changed?
No, please.
There are no space. A dying new for the students. It's just like the GSS senior secondary school issue, the primary school issues. You see the children under this thing, under trees and the rest. That's what is happening. We are not serious. Not serious.
So are you making an allegation that because there are no space to admit all
I'm
the
not making that is the reality.
Interesting.
So we are just not just human beings. Everybody has something in their brain. If you've taken an exam and the point is that 50 marks, you are qualified, and I've got 50, and 444 human beings have got, and there's no space. Where are the infrastructure? So they've neglected their deeds, what they should do for the school to grow, or the law system must grow. It's not growing. It's stagnant. If there is classrooms for those students, there will be no noise. Okay? So all that is happening is just trying to play on the intelligence of Ghanaians. They must do the needful. The shift system might come in.
That is what I was even about asking you. So should they propose a double track system for them too?
Provided it will work, so that within 2 years, infrastructures will be built. Because everything, there might be a starting point. But as it grows, there must be infrastructure. There are a lot of schools in this country, like the senior secondary school, where government has started building this thing. But all of a sudden, the contractor will no more aside because of Sika. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
The law school can start something like that. But if I was listening to the past director of the Mokola school,
mm-hmm.
He said the students were just crying for public sympathy. Oh.
After passing the pass mark.
After 15 marks, you tell me they are crying for. It means we are playing our intelligence.
So, in your opinion, what will be able to curb this whole law school brouhaha is when either they run a shift system.
My dear sister, in every human endeavor, you got to plan. And planning. Every day must be a planning day for you. When you have a wife and you're having 10 children, you must know that these children at a time, they must sleep in a room. 5 girls in one room, yes, it will create problem. So what you do is that you build to give respect to your first daughter. Abraham, this is your room. Akuya and Ya, this is your the two of you, this is your room. In that order. The boys too. Then you are bringing about discipline. Nobody will run from somebody's room to somebody unless I want something. Then I call, oh, auntie, I beg you, I need a pencil to do some. Then she will go back and give it to you. You see, it is not happening that way. So the more children you have, you must produce the necessities of life for them. It is not happening. So the challenges have overgrown. Now we can't hold it. So we must find excuses to dodge the issues. And that's what the legal council, the law council are talking. We must address the issues as they are. And let's move on. Life is what? It's dynamic. So every day things might be dynamic in our life. The dogma is too much. Hence the challenges we are having.
Okay, so please now to the member of parliament for Medina. He was demonstrating over poor roads in his constituency. And then it has generated a whole lot of issues. And it's even kind of dividing parliament. Now he is on parliamentary duties. He was supposed to report to the court yesterday, in fact today. But he is on parliamentary duties. That is what a report says. Do you think that parliament is being overly protective, or they are trying to shield him from facing the police? What is your take on this?
Let me ask one simple question. Is demonstration a crime in Ghana?
No, constitutionally it is not.
That is the law of the land.
Yes.
Fine. Why are the police after him?
Oh, according to their reports from ACP Ofori, Kwesi Ofori, he said that when you are about to embark on a demonstration, you are supposed to, when you pen down your press release or something, the one whose signature is appended on the letter to the police is signing for these reasons. Number one, when you destroy properties and lives.
What did they destroy?
According to them, they set ties in the constituent blocking roads. They said so they block roads, and then it was kind of flouting the contract they had between the police.
Yo, my dear lady, to the best of my knowledge, demonstrations are not crime. Before they demonstrated, they informed the police.
Yes.
And the police guided them. They guided them from one point to the last point. In demonstration, you see a lot of things happening. Okay? They don't talk one language. Everybody is talking his anger and his feelings, what he wants. You see placard and all that, isn't it?
Yes.
But finally, it's a demonstration. Okay?
Yes, please.
To me, personally, I think, I don't know. It doesn't pay. We are wasting time. There are more serious things to be done. I say there's more serious what?
Things to be done.
Yes. I mean, this is not politics. Politics is sharing ideas to achieve results. Okay? Not to punish.
So you believe it's a waste of time?
No, it's a waste of time. It doesn't. It's not helpful. Why should Parliament, who are to do things for us, be charged for? What he's doing is part of parliamentary duty. Demonstration is part of the demonstration because he's leading his constituents to achieve results. And from reports, the contractor is back on this thing. So why all this?
So Parliament is not being overly protective of their member from going for interrogations.
It's not a matter of being overprotective or that kind of thing. From what I read and heard from the speaker, he says they are busy, overburdened. Okay? So what are we about? If he says we are busy, We must understand him.
Oh yes, he's on parliamentary duties.
Yes.
Yeah.
And fortunately, the duty has carried him out of the
Outside of-
jurisdiction.
Oh yes.
So why all this? Why all this? We must put our energy into something that will benefit Ghanaians. There is suffering in the land. You see, let us think about those things and push for the betterment of the people. What we are doing, it doesn't pay. You see, my dear sister, like I did said, politics is human relations. Okay? We can all carry the load. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But the best I can do is all of us cannot go to parliament. So the system says we must vote for a leader. And we have voted for somebody to go to parliament. What we have to do is to pay tax, work and pay tax.
Mm-hmm.
To help the government deal with projects, make investments in our localities, building hospitals in the localities, so that our mothers who want to deliver will not be carried on tricycles, not be carried on motorbikes. Okay? Delivering in the streets and all that shouldn't have happened. There must be beds for patients to sleep on and be treated, not to sit on plastic chairs. Okay? Are you getting me? So, and if there are no demonstrations, how would the government know that there's something wrong going on somewhere? Abi? It is a way of showing your anger. They say, Bibi uncle can't prepare and can you credit. No, if what I'm saying is not logic, please tell me.
Oh, it is.
You understand? It is the anger that has resulted into that. So why do you prosecute me for my anger? It's not logic.
Okay.
Are you getting me?
Oh yes.
Because the road is everything. Road, human beings have to pass on. Goods have to pass on. Okay? And that is the way, the means of communication, one here, there. So what is it? Are you getting me?
I get it.
So the issue is a hanging one. Okay? The issue of I'll show you where power is long, and yet it won't help us. I'll show you where power is. It shouldn't be the order of the day. Okay? But let's use our energy. Let's invest our energy into something that will propel society to grow.
What will be your final words upon all of the conversations we had? What will be that particular message you would like to send to people watching us?
Positive thinking. Positive thinking. In this world, human beings are the first points of attention. It is only when we have respect for human beings, we give what is due them, then we'll move along. Minus that one, foul, you see demonstrations. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel Kwaku Deku.
Thank you too.
I'm very grateful you came on the show.
Thank you.
And you've said a whole lot.
Yes.
And I believe that it will be worked on.
Thank you.
I'm most grateful. My team and I, we are so grateful for your presence this morning.
Thank you.
So I hosted Mr. Emmanuel Kwaku Deku. He is a social media commentator. And then he spoke about a whole lot of issues. I believe that it will be worked on. But for the one thing he said, give to what is due to the people. Give it to them. And then the whole demonstration and everything will stop. Positive thinking, positivity is what he is propagating. This is where we draw today's curtains on broad daylight. My name is Priscilla Moore. Continue to follow us on our social media handles. Facebook is CMGA TV, YouTube CMGA TV, Twitter CMGA TV, and Instagram also on CMGA TV. On another episode, don't also forget to log on to our website, that is www.cmonline.com.gh. On another episode of your wonderful show, favorite show. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.